What a great day. It's always great to be a Michigan fan, but this is going to be an exciting day. So, Michigan baseball in the Big Ten tournament, and they take on Iowa, a top team. I think they were ranked 16 in the country when they came to town. You know what Iowa's ranked now? Is Iowa still ranked?
Yeah, Iowa 19th, I believe.
It's the 19th in the country. It's going to be an outstanding matchup. We'll talk to Coach Bakich about that. This is a team that Michigan played very close. So they split the first couple of games, over at Ray Fisher. When was it? Earlier this month. And I think the first game, pulling up, yeah, that's right. So the first game they lost 13-7. Then Michigan won the second game 11-5. And then the third game was all about defense and pitching. They lost it 2-0. So it was two evenly matched teams that played that series just a few weeks ago. And so they take the field today. And we'll be able to watch that game coming up at, 5 Central, so 6 Eastern is the time? Yeah. So it is, it's going to be a great start to the evening, because then at 9, the Michigan softball team will take the field, and they will and they'll take on Georgia. That's a 9 o'clock start. And when we checked this earlier in the show, there are still a few tickets left
for today, but tomorrow is sold out.
Yeah, tomorrow for softball is sold out, but still a few tickets left. Outfield bleacher seats for tonight's game against Georgia because of its late start weeknight. So you can understand, but hopefully they have a packed house, jam-packed house, so we can root them on a victory tonight.
So it's interesting as we hope to catch up with Coach Bakich in the next couple of minutes. We were talking about how, there are probably a fair amount of Michigan softball fans, Coach Hutch as well. We won't ask her about this because it's not a significant question, but, probably a little disappointed that the game tonight starts so late. But selfishly, it actually works out really well for the Weintraub family, because my parents were planning on taking my wife and I and Grace to the airport for our trip out to California. And the flight time and everything works out that they can take us to the airport and get back in time and go to the game tonight. Mm-hmm. And so they're excited they can actually get to the airport and come back to the game, because otherwise I think they were going to tell me to walk to the airport. So it works out for me and for my wife and Grace.
Right, I hear you. Well, it works out for Michigan fans, because we will have about 6 consecutive hours. 5 or 6 consecutive hours of, probably closer to 5, of really good diamond action, really good maize and blue diamond action. So looking forward to that. We're going to start off the preview first by talking to coach of a team who they've been, you've seen the signs all season building up to this winter go home point in the year, and they're playing some of their best baseball. And we saw that yesterday, and I'm talking about Michigan baseball coach Eric Bakich.
Coach Bakich's appearances on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA are brought to you by Advantage Sports at 2019 Stadium Boulevard in Ann Arbor, and online at catchtheadvantage.com. Come in this weekend for the Advantage Sports' annual Diamond Sale. Save up to 50% on everything baseball and softball, including bats, gloves, protective gear, and apparel. That's today through Sunday at Advantage Sports, 2019 West Stadium Boulevard. And you can always visit them online at catchtheadvantage.com.
We know this team can score a lot of runs. Man, can they score. When they're on, they really, really can score. But yesterday's game was about defense. In case you missed Sports Center, you can go to bta.com and check it out. It's defense and pitching ruled today for Michigan in their 4-1 win over Indiana in the opener of the Big Ten tournament for them. And joining us to reflect upon that is Michigan baseball coach Eric Bakich. Coach Bakich, good morning.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Ira. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Coach. No, you got a lot on your plate, so thanks for taking out a little time to reflect on things for us. Before we talk about yesterday's game, though, reflect upon senior day for us. It was obviously you guys had a big opponent in town. You had dropped the first couple, but you win that last one on senior day. That had to be big.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, that's we've talked about Oklahoma State being a postseason team or a super regional team. They were in a super regional last year, and they certainly have the team, the talent, and the experience to at least do that again. And you talk about tournament baseball and beating those types of teams, and what do you need to do that? You need quality pitching, you need good defense, you need timely hits and quality at bats, and those have all been the storylines of the last couple of games. So Senior Day obviously is always a special, just recognizing and celebrating the 4-year contributions of the guys who have been there since their freshman year, the transfer students that have been there that have taken on leadership roles, guys like Jackson Glines, Kendall Patrick. But, our 7 seniors have meant an awful lot to this program, and to have those 5 guys that have bought into to our coaching philosophy and helping us build this foundation and build a foundation for the future, knowing that their contributions, whether they're, our best players or complementary players or role players or whatever, but knowing that their leadership and them being an extension of our coaching staff has put our foundation in a very good position to build and build and build and have a lot of success moving forward.
Well, that's kind of a microcosm of the season that day. Build and build and build, and that's kind of what you've done this season, and playing, as I said, some of your best baseball. And you talk about those seniors setting the tone. So let's get into yesterday's game, Coach. When Jackson Glines runs and makes a play that was worthy of being the top play on Sports Center, does that set the tone for your team? And just take us through your view of that play.
Well, that whole inning, their leadoff hitter is a very fast runner, and he hit kind of a chopper to third base, and Travis Mazies makes a slow roller, really nice play. Not going to show up, on any Sports Center highlight, but that's an infield hit, and Travis makes that play, and then Ramos, their 2-hole hitter, comes up. This is a big park here. I mean, Glines caught that ball in front of the 411 sign. I mean, it's huge. But he makes those catches in practice because he gets so many opportunities to run those balls down in practice. Very rarely does the opportunity, meet the moment where the guy hits it like that, to where it really extends Glines to where he can go on a dead sprint, full speed towards the track, make a leaping, diving, highlight reel circus catch over the shoulder and hit the warning track. It was awesome. But that's a triple, and if Mazies doesn't make the slow roller play before that, that's the first run of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that was a huge tone setter. Our dugout erupted. Everyone greeted those guys coming off the field, and that was an amazing acrobatic catch. And definitely when knowing that you're going to get defense like that from your mindset as a pitcher to just the energy that we've got as a team, we just knew we just needed to score because we were going to play good defense behind Brett Adcock, who has been pitching very well.
Yeah, we'll get to Adcock after we talk about you just said you needed to score, so you come back the next inning, and your sophomore Johnny Slater, he comes up and boom, you talk about, and it's a big park, so boom, 3-run home run at the bottom of the second inning to put you guys up.
Yeah, it was with 2 outs. So we got first and second, 2 outs. Johnny gets a breaking ball up in the zone, where his evolution of being a baseball player, it's hard to hit breaking balls, number one, but hard to certainly hit them, to drive them and hit them into the gaps or over the fence is even more difficult. Most young hitters hit those home runs and extra base hits off of fastballs. But he gets breaking ball. He recognizes it's up in the zone. He stays back. He gets the bat head out. He drills it into the right field seats for 3 2-out RBIs. And it's just a big lift for our team. Again, timely hits, tournament baseball, pitching, defense, timely hitting. Every coach talks about that in baseball, and that's exactly what we've had the last 2 games.
We're talking to Michigan baseball coach Eric Bakich here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. You wound up getting another run a little bit later on, but that home run was all you needed at the end of the day with the way that Adcock pitched. He's been steady Eddie for your coach, and that was no different in this game. 6 1/3, struck out 6, and then before he turned it over to your bullpen. Yeah,
Brett's been very good. You look at how this year has progressed for him, and he's done nothing but get better. He hit some adversity early where, innings would start to unfold on him, and they'd lead to multiple walks, multiple hits, or multiple runs. And he's just been able to, just find his focal point, get back to being in the moment, focusing on pitch to pitch, making a quality pitch on this next pitch, because this next pitch is all that matters. And been able to shut down any type of innings, even if he's given up a leadoff double or walked the first two hitters of the inning, which he did in two different occasions yesterday, and then still been able to put a 0 up, which has been, his ability to overcome that adversity and just get dialed back in and trusting his defense behind him and knowing that all he has to do is stay in attack mode, continue to be the aggressor, make quality pitches, and he's got 7 guys behind him that are going to help him out. And that's what we got all day yesterday. Turned some big double plays. Jacob Cronenworth made a couple of nice plays. And then obviously the Sports Center play. But, very clean, very good game. Feels like these guys have a mindset that they're just not going to be denied. Feels like, we're playing our best ball when it means the most. And that's what you hope to be doing in tournaments.
So, Coach, you guys, you take on Iowa in the winners bracket, and a team that you guys play. I mean, it was an even matchup. I mean, they won game 1 when they were here. You won game 2, and game 3 was a nail biter. They won 2-0. They're coming into this game with off of some a dramatic turn of their own with a walk-off home run. So, kind of tell us about Iowa, what they bring to the table.
Well, they're having a very special, almost magical season, and you saw it yesterday, like you alluded to. They're playing Ohio State, and Ohio State's winning 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th, and they've got the 8-hole pinch hitter up to bat, and they're 1 strike away from winning it. Ohio State is, and their closer ends up walking the pinch hitter in the 8-hole to get to the 9-hole hitter, which he proceeds to get a 1-2 count on him. And you look around and everyone's leaving the stadium. I mean, the game's over. And then all of a sudden he throws a breaking ball in there, and much like Johnny Slater, sees it up, recognizes it's a mistake breaking ball, and drills it into the left field seats for a walk-off, 2-out, 2-run, 2-strike home run come from behind. And, they've had a season like that where they've just seemed to catch a lot of breaks, and they've pitched very well. They've played very good defense. They've done it consistently. And so our mindset with them is, what happened in Ann Arbor in that weekend series, that, we'll learn from that one as far as knowing who they are and what they bring to the table. But our mindset out here this week is it's one day at a time. It's one game at a time. We're treating today's game like it's the only game we're playing all week, and we'll do whatever it takes to come out on top in today's game. So, we may have starters relieve, whatever. We'll just do whatever it takes.
Well, Coach, you're going to kick off what we expect to be a really exciting night of diamond action for the Maize and Blue. So appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to spend with us. Good luck tonight and good luck this weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
Sounds great.
All
Thanks,
right.
Sam. Appreciate you having me. Good luck to Hutch
All
and
right.
the softball crew. Looking forward to following their success. I know they're going to have a lot of it.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.